Hey, what's happening? I haven't made a video, I think, in 2 days. And I forgot to plug in the thing to pick up my microphone. And it was at the bottom of my jar. Or like my pen holder. So I had to like dig for it. But yeah, it was at the very bottom of this. Usually it's right there. I just reach in and it's right there. Oh, anyway, welcome back. This is your first time at the channel. My name is Tara. I am a 54-year-old woman vlogging about my life and a lot about my way of eating in order to help keep myself accountable and also maybe inspire somebody. Oh, I'm tired, and I was just like really tired. I busted my ass the past couple of days, which is great. I love that. My granddaughter slept over last night, which is great. I love that. And she made her own chocolate ice cream, and I'm really happy about that. And she made it. We froze it. I made enough for her. Well, she made enough for her to bring home. She made an entire batch, and she had some last night, and she actually stopped. She was like, "Okay, I could tell that," and I'm like, "Yep, that's good," because I couldn't the first time I made it. She made it with chocolate. First time I made it with chocolate, and I went and had one of those big gelato things. I didn't stop, and it's no good. So I'm glad she did. So we made steak last night for dinner, and I was like, "Do you want anything to go with it?" She was like, she picks out a red pepper. Okay. Well, you want me to cook it? And she's like, "Nope." I'm like, "Okay." So she had a steak and a red pepper, and I had a steak, and it was delicious and it was wonderful, and we had a great time. And yeah, life is good. Today, she actually went with me on a clean, and she was a great big help because my body was hurting, and this house needed extra. It's a STR, which is a short-term rental. It's kind of like Rolaids. Some people call them just Airbnbs. The short-term rentals have been around forever. Airbnb's been around for 15, 20 years. So anyway, the previous, the owner, obviously, he just doesn't understand certain things, and you could tell by looking at reviews and also by kind of like his mannerisms about it, that it's not something that he just wants to make money off of it, and he's not looking to really have repeat customers. For me, when it comes to short-term rentals, I want it to be the best it can be, even if it's not the most five-star place. I want it to be as good as it can be, and sometimes it's impossible. Sometimes it's hard to reach, and that's all good. But when it comes to the cleaning of it, the cleaning, even if things are falling apart, the cleaning should be close to perfect, if not perfect, every single time. So I think I've told you about when I went to look at it, and I was like, whoa. And so today, went in there. One horrible thing that happened though, I brought my drill brush so that I could really go at a glass shower, because it really needs it. And I love to use razor blades, but for showers you need a big handled one, because you'll be there for hours. And I was not charging him for a deep clean. So I have a specific way that I price out cleaning for other people outside of my job, as far as subcontracting. And the reason why I price it out that way is because I will often notice that more needs to be done than whoever was doing it before. And oftentimes, though, the reality of it is, oftentimes it really is the entire time that, I don't even know how to explain it, but I knew that when I went in there today, I wanted to make sure the oven had never been cleaned. I'm pretty sure as long as it's been alive. Maybe wiped out or vacuumed out a couple of times, but no. And I was like, oh man, I would freak if I was the host of that place, and I would freak if I was a guest and I opened that oven. No way. You would have been comping my night for real. So I knew that took probably an hour and a half, just the oven. So I had my granddaughter go make the 2 beds that needed made, and then I had her begin with, I taught her how to do windows because I wanted all interior windows that didn't have a screen to undo, that people can touch, that people are touching. I want those to be done. I taught her how to do windows, so she started doing. She did a couple of she did one slider and a couple of the living room windows that didn't have anything in between you and the window. And then I did the one bathroom with the shower in it. My machine didn't have a battery. I have to get it out of the car now and get it charged, because that comes in handy with that, especially since I'm not charging him for deep cleans. But that's got to, like, I can't have myself associated with it unless the place is really, really good. And so anything maintenance-wise, when it comes to cleaning, I need to make sure is good. But if it's maintenance-wise when it comes to owning it, that's on him. And that's all I can do. You know, so I have to learn to separate that in my brain. Sometimes it's easier said than done. So, I did clean it. I did a good job on the shower, not as good as it needs to be, though. It needs to be far, far more. However, it's cleaner than it's probably ever been for a guest, except for when it was first put together. And that's the truth. The same person has been cleaning for this gentleman for 5 years. He's had this for 9. And, yeah. We'll see how it works out. We'll see how it works out. There's a couple of red flags right off the bat. I met him last Monday. I was supposed to clean Wednesday. I had sent him a message like on Monday night. We didn't discuss payment. I require payment on day of service. And he never got back to me. So when Wednesday rolled around, I didn't get a code to get in the door, and I had not heard from him. So I was like, okay, well, he must have found somebody else, because some people just, they don't care, and they just want somebody to come in for, you know, somebody looking for side work, and I'm not looking for side work. This is what I do for a living. So there's a big difference between somebody that needs to make an extra $100 here and there, and somebody that is professional. That's just the bottom line. So I figured he just found somebody that wanted to just have some side work, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to knock anybody, you know. It just freaks out some, to me it seems to freak out some short-term rental owners that have been getting over on someone because of their desperation, and not realizing that, no, those people are desperate to get their bills paid because they haven't professionalized their life. They're just going from one gig to another, and that's not how it works for me. And that's not how it's going to work for me. To live in this area and to enjoy this life that I live, I pay a premium for that. And that means I must be paid a premium for a luxury service, especially when it's an income producing service for someone. That's the bottom line. If there's not enough money in short-term rentals for you, then you shouldn't be doing that. If you just want something you can just deal with when you get to it, then you should long-term rental. And that's all there is to it. So, I thought for sure he had found someone else. He messages me on Friday a couple of times, and I was busy at work, and I wasn't going to stop what I was doing to discuss anything. And when I got home, I was like, hey, you know, I was supposed to go Wednesday, because he was like, did you clean? I'm like, did you pay me? I wanted to say that, like, if you haven't paid me, then it's obvious that I didn't, because I would have been on your ass for the money. And I was like, I just figured that you had found someone else, because we had discussed that I was going to come Wednesday, and you were going to send me a code to get in, and you did not. And then you didn't answer my message about payment. And so I just assumed you found somebody that's looking for side work. So of course I have not cleaned it. The thing that blows my mind is he had a reservation for yesterday, to check in yesterday. And I think what woke him up to it was that they canceled because according to the calendar, he was booked for Friday night, for last night. But we had some weather come through. And if you're not, we're not skiing right now. So if you don't want to be in the weather in Vermont, you're not going to be in the weather in Vermont. They canceled, and I think that's what made him say, oh my gosh. So he's like, would you still do it? And I'm like, I'll still do it, but these are the, this is the deal. I take it very seriously. So, went and cleaned today, and between myself and my granddaughter, we were there for almost 3 hours, and even though she does not work as hard as I do, as she shouldn't because she's 13, she still put in time, and she took care. Like, it took her, she went over that refrigerator, which was not even really in bad shape, but she made sure that refrigerator, was in excellent shape. So I was really proud of her for that. That took her a bit. So I would guess with her and me, I would say that the man hours were probably 5. And that's pretty heavy for something it's relatively small. But, we did it, and it was great, and hopefully all works out well. He does a pay-to-pay in my bank, so hopefully that comes through. And if it doesn't, he's going to have a heck of a time finding a cleaner anywhere around here. Anyway, so that's my work bitch. But it wasn't even a bitch. It was good. And that's what's up. It's a nice little spot. So hopefully I can enhance the experience for the guests so he can see why it's like that. And that perhaps he will have a better experience with it. He's going to have to. Because what he was paying the last person and me is a very big difference. And he's going to, if he wants to see those margins, he's going to have to raise his rates. And that's all there is to it. And being at the base of the mountain, he can probably get away with it if he takes care of his property, if he fixes the things that are broken. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to fix the things that are broken. There are things that are not right that should be very simple to fix. So, we'll see about that. I am not going to hang my hat on it. I've got to see how he goes. And for now, it's fine. So that was good to spend time with Stella like that. She was like, yeah, and she got to make some money. And I brought her home, got to see my daughter again, and we hung out for a couple of minutes. And the ride over to my daughter's house is so beautiful. So she lives on the other side of that big mountain. But there's one route, it's called 242, and that's where the resort for the ski place is. That road is beat to shit. It is, if you've got good suspension in your car, you might not by the time you're done. It is beat to shit. And everyone wants to drive really fast, and it's just, I can't stand it. Then there's this other road that's it doesn't have barely a bump in it. It's a gorgeous drive. The problem with it is there's no service. So if you run into trouble up there with your car or something like that, you're in trouble. So it's not as traveled. And that's probably why the road is so nice. And there's nothing out there. It's wilderness. It's, thousands of acres of maple. And there's, maybe total on the mountains, like 20 houses. When you have 242, you got 20 houses before your first mile. You know what I'm saying? So it's just gorgeous. Just so green. And parts of it remind me of New Hampshire. There's a lot of granite, and you don't see a lot of granite like where I'm at. Even though like my house is sitting on granite. It's just a different experience, and it's very refreshing. Especially in the summer, it's just walls of green. And then you go and you like look out and you see these walls of green that are mountains. It's just a lot like New Hampshire, and I really like that because New Hampshire is epic. That's epic. I'm not sure which I like better. Probably Vermont, but New Hampshire's pretty nice. So I am waking up my kefir grains because at the very least, it needs to be my dog's food. She reacts very well to the kefir. I need to have a glass of kefir. So I am waking them up. I got some regular pasteurized milk, so you can wake it up with pasteurized milk. And so I'm defrosting right now, and then I will run it for probably about a week in jars. You just cover it with the milk, and you set it for 24 hours, and then you drain that milk out. You can give that to the dog, give it to the dog, pretty much. Or you could drink it yourself. But I just don't do pasteurized much, except for my heavy cream, because I can't find locally, raw cream, or I would. And I use heavy cream a lot. I like that. So I do that for about a week until the grains start doubling in size or growing. Then I'll go get some more raw milk and get back on it. I just ended up wasting some, and I didn't like it. And then I thought maybe I could make some cheese out of this. And it does not turn to cheese after you've wasted your kefir. So I want to go slower with how much I make. And, like when I get milk, maybe make half a gallon into cheese and then use the kefir for the other half a gallon and have that, I think that makes more sense. I just don't like wasting things. I really don't, especially when it's good for you. It's just that I can't have that much dairy as I was having. But I need to have some of that kefir because I really like it. And I love kefirs because they're my little friends. So they're defrosting right now. I'm going to have steak. I got to get the stuff out of the car because I got a big clean tomorrow, which is great. That's another great thing. And I got to get my rags out, get them washed, get that battery in the house and charged because I need that. I just finally figured out how to use it. So I have those drill brushes that are, they're yellow, they're medium bristle, so they're meant for cleaning. They're not meant for heavy duty stuff, and they're not extra light where it's like polishing. So you can buy those brushes, you can put them on your drill. When I first started doing it, I was like, ooh, I really couldn't get the grasp of it. And I realized I use an impact drill that I just don't pull it all the way back. Because it always goes, dang, 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 dang. When you just kind of lightly, it gets the things moving and it saves you a lot of time. At first, I used to be like, oh, my hand get tired from holding the drill. Well, it's because you're holding it and acting like a crazy lady with it. Just let the brush do the work, and you won't even have to hold the drill long because you're going to do it right. So I figured it out. I think it's amazing in my business how far I've come since I started. And I just can't, all the different things that I've learned, when I did the oven today, I just used Crud Cutter, a biodegradable, heavy-duty, degreaser. Because I won't use Easy Off. I won't do that. First of all, I can't breathe it. Number two, no. God forbid you leave some of that residue in an oven by accident. It's easy to do. So I put that in there. I mean, I could spray it on my hand. I'm not going to burn. And I let it sit for a little bit and went back in with a razor blade on the window. So now the people that rent can look and see their food cooking. They can see inside the oven from the window. I used wet pumice on the really stuck on stuff on the bottom. It came out really cool. It's not all the way done though. I need more time to get the sides where the racks go in. And I didn't do the racks, but they were clean enough. As long as it's not making smoke and people can use it. And it's as good as you may have in your house if you don't have a professional cleaner coming to your house all the time, or somebody doing your oven all the time. It's super important. And it was a traditional electric oven. I know the blue ovens, you got to treat them very differently, and you got to be smart, or you'll ruin the the ones that have the blue inside. You got to watch that. Okay, guys. So don't be doing crazy stuff with the blue ovens. All right. You could destroy it and end up buying it for somebody. Okay. So careful. It's just so satisfying to see it, and I'm taking a picture of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Amazing. I used to hate ovens, and where I got really like into it was this season when I do project cleans for my friend every spring. Usually it's windows, and this year she added the oven, and I was like, oh man, and that really got me going. So now I'm all cool with ovens. It's so funny, but yeah, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. I slept really good last night. Really good. Yes, I was in a lot of pain today after work, but I'm okay. And tomorrow I am going to have my daughter come with me. And we're going to go do another short-term rental. That's huge. It sleeps the same amount of people, but it's bigger. And there are more stairs. So it's a split level, so you have stairs down and stairs up, and those will kick my ass. Just a split level. Stairs will kick my ass out. Whatever. So that'll be good. She'll be able to help me out with that. And that'll make it more pleasant for me, more pleasant for her, and we'll both make a little bit of money, which is great. Because that's what's up. You know? Especially this time of year where it's so slow. We're at the last 10 days of the month, I think. I think we're at the 20th. Oof. I got some crunching to do. I got some cleaning to do. So, that's okay. I'm happy about that. I was supposed to meet up with somebody about a place today. I was too tired to pursue it, and I had asked them to message me when they got off work today, and they didn't. So, I'm not stressed out about it now. I'm just exhausted. Like, I gotta take Fancy out to go potty, and I do not want to go down the stairs, but I have to. I have to do it. I don't wanna, but she's gotta go. Well, we've been having some weather, and I'm sure we'll have some more tonight. Crazy thing this morning. I woke up nice and early, got my coffee going, and I was all happy. I was reading my Bible, and I was loving life, and I hear the sound. I'm like, what? Stinking. They don't have the boiler shut off. My heat kicked on. I had my thermostat at 66. The heat kicked on, so I had to move my thermostat down to 62. That's as far as it would let me bring it. I can't have the heat going off. What the heck? What are you gonna do with my blowing the AC at 50 degrees? The heat's gonna go on? Oh my goodness. That's no good. That's no good at all. But I think that's all I have to say. I know I have something written down in my book, but I think that should be for more structured video because I'm exhausted, and that's just gonna make this one too long. I just wanted to touch base with you all and let you know I'm doing good. And I haven't reweighed myself, so I'm not going to. I'm going to hold off. But I definitely feel like things are moving in that direction. But I'm not worried about that as much in the beginning. I just got a little obsessed about the scale for half a second. So I am resisting going over to it and stepping on it, which is good. I got to get these socks off. I have socks on today. Why? Why do I have socks on today? Because I would fall down and die in flip-flops because it's mud. It's mud season right now because we had serious rain for the past 2 days. I think there was even some tornadoes in Woodstock. That's pretty far south of me, though. Southern Vermont's a completely different world than up here. It's crazy. It's like driving to Florida. It's nuts. But yeah, Fancy's chill. I'm gonna have to talk her into it though. She's gotta go. Apparently, there was a bear outside the house today. When I left, Stella and I got in the car and went off to our world. And by the time I hit the store to get her breakfast sandwich, I get a text from my neighbor saying that Mike went to go towards Newport and he went out the driveway the other way, and there was a bear in the road. So it was probably right there and we just didn't see it. Bears galore. So anyway, I'm gonna go now. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. What should I put up? What shall the thumbnail be? I don't know. Maybe, no, I won't do that because it's keto though. It's not ketovore, but it's keto. Stella's crazy dinner. I took a picture of it because I decorated it. It was funny. I'll put that up. So anyway, I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me, and I appreciate you. And I'm still looking for help with a name for a new channel. I want to make a new channel. I do. So that's Mr. Ace, the crazy man. I'll see you guys on the other side. And yeah, love you long time. Bye.